Growing garlic in Vermont. Garlic is easy to grow in Vermont. In this video, you will learn how to plant, care for, and harvest garlic. You will also learn how to save your own seeds so that you can continue growing garlic every year. Growing garlic in Vermont takes 9 months from planting to harvesting. Garlic is planted in the fall, stays in the soil over winter, and is harvested in the summer. Each bulb of garlic has many smaller pieces called cloves. Cloves are also called seeds, and for this video we will use the word seed. Each seed is wrapped in a papery skin. When planting, a full-sized garlic bulb will grow from each garlic seed. There are 2 main types of garlic, hardneck and softneck. Hardneck garlic grows well in cold temperatures. They grow an edible flower stalk known as scapes. They produce larger seeds, and they can be stored for around 6 months after they have been harvested. Softneck garlic does not grow as well in cold temperatures. Their flower stalks stay flexible, they produce many small seeds, and they can be stored for longer than 6 months. It is important to plant a type of garlic that is adapted to growing in the cold winter of Vermont. Most garlic sold in the produce section of big supermarkets is likely imported from far away and grown in a very different climate than Vermont. To have a successful garlic harvest, it is essential to start with quality garlic seed adapted to grow in Vermont. Look for garlic seed from a local farmer's market or garden store. Garlic is often sold in garden stores in late summer or early fall, as the date to plant garlic approaches. In Vermont, the time to plant garlic is at the end of October, after the first frost. Garlic grows best where there is at least 8 hours of full sunlight a day and well-drained soil. Remember that garlic will need to stay in the ground from October through July of the next year. You can grow a lot of garlic in a small area. 50 bulbs of garlic can fit in a 4 by 4 foot garden bed. Garlic needs fertile soil to grow. Compost is a natural fertilizer that will provide the nutrients garlic needs. Spread 2 inches of compost on the soil surface and use a garden tool to make sure that the compost is spread evenly into the soil. To prepare garlic for planting, gently separate the individual seeds from the big bulb. Avoid removing the papery skin because it protects the seeds. To plant, push the garlic seed into the soil with the root end down and the pointed tip up. Seeds should be planted 3 to 4 inches deep. Garlic can be planted in straight rows or in a grid pattern. Space seeds 6 to 8 inches apart. After planting, water generously. The last step is to cover garlic beds with 4 to 6 inches of dry leaves, dried glass clippings, or straw. This is called mulch, and it will prevent weeds from growing and will retain moisture in the soil. Most importantly, it will serve as a blanket to protect the garlic from cold winter temperatures. The green leaves of garlic plants will begin to emerge in early spring. In late April to early May, push aside the mulch that was protecting garlic through the winter and pull out any weeds that are beginning to grow. Now put down 2 more inches of compost on the surface of the soil and gently mix it into the soil to give the growing plants more nutrients. Replace the mulch to prevent weeds from growing and to continue keeping moisture in the soil. Continue watering garlic until a couple of weeks before harvest time. Watch out for leek moths. They are the most common pest that affects garlic. They are small insects that fly at night and lay eggs. Signs of leek moth on your garlic include irregular holes in the leaves and damage on the long stems. To reduce leek moth damage, you can rotate where you plant your garlic each season and use row cover. Row cover is a lightweight fabric that allows air, sunlight, and water through while keeping insects out. Row cover should be draped over garlic plants in early spring and firmly secured to the ground to prevent moths from entering. Leek moths are active when it's dark, so row cover can be removed during the day while you are tending to plants. Remember to resecure row cover over plants before sunset. If you are growing a hardneck variety of garlic, you will be able to harvest the edible flower stems, also known as scapes, in June. Harvesting scapes allows a garlic plant to focus its energy on producing a larger bulb. Harvest scapes when they are tender and have formed a full loop at the top. Use one hand to firmly hold the thick garlic stem in place and use another hand to gently pull the thin scape from the top until it snaps out of the garlic plant. You can also use scissors if you prefer cutting off the scape. Scapes are edible and have a flavor similar to garlic. Scapes can be eaten raw or cooked. Garlic bulbs are typically harvested in the month of July, about 1 month after scapes have been harvested. It is time to harvest garlic when several of its bottom leaves turn yellow and dry out, and top leaves are still green. Pay attention to weather as well. It is best to harvest garlic after a period of dry days. To harvest garlic, hold the garlic plant low on the stem and pull directly up. If the plant is difficult to pull up or the stem breaks, use a digging fork to loosen the soil around the bulbs. Give your bulbs plenty of space when loosening the soil so that you do not accidentally pierce them with the digging fork. Avoid using water to clean fresh garlic bulbs. Instead, shake excess soil off the roots and gently brush off the bulb, being careful not to damage the skin. You can cut off the top leaves of garlic now or wait until after it dries. Once you have harvested garlic, it is essential to properly dry it. In Vermont, garlic should be dried for at least 4 weeks. Garlic dries best in a warm, dry, relatively dark area with plenty of airflow. Garlic should be stored out of direct sunlight, and there should be room between the bulbs so that there's good airflow. You can also hang garlic in bundles of 5 to 10 plants or spread them out on a table. You will know when the garlic is ready as the leaves and stalks will be completely dry and rigid. Cut off the roots and the stem, leaving only about 1 inch of stem going up from the bulb. Gently brush off any excess soil that is still on the bulb. You can now peel off the outer layer of the bulb. You should store your garlic out of direct sunlight in a cool, dry location. Storing bulbs in a colander, basket, or cardboard box are good options. Do not store in a plastic bag. Depending on the variety, garlic can be stored anywhere from 6 to 12 months, with softneck varieties lasting longer than hardneck varieties. To save garlic seeds to plant the following year, set aside your largest, healthiest bulbs. The seeds from these plants will be planted in the fall for next summer's harvest. Keep these bulbs in a safe place until you are ready to plant them. Once you are ready to plant, break the bulb open. Each seed will grow a new bulb. Enjoy your garlic.